Welcome back to page 121. I put some feelers out a little while ago, as well as a poll that I've done, or I am still doing on Patreon. It's a free poll, by the way. Please take a look at it. I'll have a link below. But I wanted to see what other games, in addition to the ones I've been doing, people would be interested in. And so far, the front runner, without a doubt, has been Battletech. Yay, Battletech. Now, I've played Battletech for over 30 years. It's absolutely one of my favorite games, but I didn't include it in the channel initially because honestly there's a ton of Battletech channels out there. And I thought, well, they didn't need me doing more Battletech stuff. But I've had a lot of feedback that says, yeah, do some Battletech stuff. So I'm going to. I'm going to show you what you get in this box. This is just the lid because it's really tough to get off the box. So we're going to take a look at the box itself, the contents, in just a minute. This is a great starter set. And we're going to take a look at a little more advanced rule book, and we're just going to gloss over this. I may take a deeper look at the rule book in a future video, but I really want to show you what you get in the starter box. So whether you've played Battletech for a long time, or you're just coming back to it, I'm going to show you two things that will give you a good opportunity to buy the more modern stuff and really get back into the game easily. Also, subscribers, come on in. Everybody who has, thank you. Everybody who hasn't, come on, let's keep the channel growing. It's slowed a little bit lately. I think it's just the time of year, but come on, let's keep it growing. Also, I have a Patreon going, so if you can help out there, please take a look. And as I said, I have a free poll going there for games you want to see. I'll run that through the end of the month, which will just be another couple of days. Also, I have some rewards that I give for Patreon too. So please take a look, help out if you can. But that's all I've got for that end of it. Today, we're going to take a look at Battletech. Just a quick note, when I was editing up this video, I noticed that I might have given the wrong impression that this rule book came with the box set. It does not. I didn't expressly state that, but I'm stating it now. This box set comes with the items I showed inside, except for this rule book. This box set is about $60 off the Catalyst Game website, and this book is a separate purchase, hardcover, that runs about $40. So these two together would represent about a $100 purchase off Catalyst website. I did not want to give the wrong impression. I didn't want anybody thinking this book came as part of this. It does not. So they're two separate products. Just wanted to throw that qualifier in. And now back to the regular video. Battletech, a game of armored combat. This is a box set that was offered about 2018 from Catalyst Game Labs. This guy runs about $60, but in my opinion, it was 60 well spent. As I said, this is just the lid. Here are the box contents right here. Battletech started in 1984. Started out originally as Battle Droids. George Lucas didn't like that, so they had to change it, and it became Battletech. The history of Battletech is long and interesting. It was originally published by FASA. Enjoyed massive popularity in the 90s, including a cartoon show, a card game, novels, about, oh gosh, I don't even know how many by now, but over 100 novels, tons of source books. You could go to like Navy Pier, or it wasn't Navy Pier, but it was downtown. You go and you could sit in a Battlemech pod, and you could fight each other in computer games in the early 2000s, or early 90s. I actually went there once. It was a lot of fun. Battletech was just tremendously popular in the 90s, and then that popularity started waning a little bit around 2000, and then they did a reboot on it, and oldsters like me who would come up through the old days. I started playing Battletech in 1990, 89 or 90. I came in the same time the clans came in. The clans started coming in 89, and then they came in big time in 90. And I'll explain the clans and everything in a future video. I'm really going to just take a look at the box contents and a little bit of the Battlemech manual. This is really just by way of, hey, if you're just starting out, this is a way to go. I like this box set. First off, you get a nice little short story from William H. Keith. Anybody who is a Traveler fan or a Battletech fan knows William H. Keith, a prolific writer of Traveler and Battletech both. When he finished with Traveler, he helped start up Battletech and did some of the earliest work. Get a nice little short story from him here. You get your 2 die 6. You will need many 2 die 6. and you will need them of multiple colors. And again, I'll explain that as we go forward. You get these, which were new to me when I bought this box set. These are Battlemech recognition cards, and I'm sorry, they're the Alpha Strike cards. Alpha Strike is a variant of Battletech, but it also helps you with recognition. There's a picture of the Battlemech, and then some history of the background and things like that. I will talk a little bit about Alpha Strike, but I've read Alpha Strike. I've fooled around with it a little bit, but I have not played a full game of it yet. Alpha Strike is just a variant rule. Battletech, a lot of people feel tends to take a little too long to finish. In my opinion, you can easily finish off a 4-mech on 4-mech battle in 2 to 3 hours, even with if you only have one person who really knows the rules, which is the case when we play. I'm the only one of my players who's ever even bothered reading any Battletech stuff, so I just coach them through the rules, and we're done. We play in a 3-hour slot, usually on Tuesdays, and we're always done plenty of time. So then you get your Battlemechs. This is what I think makes this set so nice. You get 8 Battlemechs. You get to start out with some of the basic core Battlemechs in the game. This, I believe, is a Warhammer. And it just kind of gets you going. I am not the Battletech guy that is going to glance at a mech and know exactly what the mech is. But I try to know something. I believe this is a catapult, which is a missile-heavy mech. I will go into some of the nuts and bolts of how to play Battletech in a future video. Today is just to show you this box set. So then we get Battletech, A Game of Armored Combat Rulebook. This is a nice, light rulebook. This will give you everything you need to start playing the game. You don't have to, you only have to learn what's in this book. And I am going to do a tutorial on how to play in a future video. As long as there's enough interest, as long as I'm getting views on Battletech, I will be happy to go forward. It is a rich, diverse universe, very similar in a lot of ways to Traveler, because a lot of the stuff from Traveler kind of morphed its way over into Battletech in the early days, and it's always stayed. But this teaches you how to move your mechs, how to use terrain, how to fire, all that good stuff. Battletech intimidates a lot of people. Oh, I can't learn how to play that game. Oh, yeah, it's actually a pretty simple game. There are a ton of nuances to it, and it's a lot of fun, but it's not that hard to learn. As I said, if there's enough interest, after I've made this video, if there's enough interest, I will be happy to do a how to play, and I'll do it as a multiple series run where I'll show you different ways to start playing the game. So there you go. You got your Rules Light rule book. And the reason I'm calling this Rules Light is it's only about 42 pages, something like that. 56 pages. And you get all the basic stuff. So you could actually play the game out of this. But you would be missing a lot of stuff that you would find in the Battlemech manual. This is the complete rule set for playing with Battlemechs. There are other rule sets out there from Catalyst Games. This guy is from 2019. There are other rule sets that are out there that are going to give you more, like using tanks, using hovercraft, just a lot of other things, structures, in-place cannons, things like that. That is going to be dealt with in another book. I don't have that book. The reason I have that book is twofold. First off, I still play Battletech. We play it a couple of times a year at my table. I love the game, and occasionally I crack out my stuff and I just sit and I read it. The reason I haven't invested a ton in Catalyst Games is I have a lot of the older stuff. And with the older stuff, one beautiful thing about Battletech is if you have a rule set that goes back even to the early 90s, it's virtually the same thing. There are a lot of improvements that have been made to the Catalyst rule set. But that being said, if you knew the rules from the 90s, you're pretty much going to be good to go. There are going to be some subtleties here and there that have changed a little bit, but for the most part, you're ready to go. Now, the universe itself, beautiful artwork in Battletech products, by the way. And we get the table of contents, we get all the weapons, we get how to move, why you can't move that way, how come you're doing that, slipping, falling, running on asphalt, trying to make a turn. There's a lot of rules, a lot of subtle things you can do that will make the game more lively, but will tend to slow it down. You need to be pretty skilled to run an advanced form of this game. You can play this game in two ways. You can play it on a battle mat, which is, I'm going to show it to you. Come on. This box is really tough to pull things out of. You can play it on a play mat like this. This is a fold-out map. This comes in the box set as well. There's two of these. There's my terrain. There is where we're going to do battle. So I take my Battlemechs. I place them in the hexes. There's one. And here's another. And I'm ready to fight. This is a nice way to play it. I have played many games. Many games on mats and the flat mats. I prefer, if you've watched my channel, you know I prefer 3D terrain. When we play Battletech, I put out a battle mat, and then I put the terrain on the battle mat. We use a tape measure to measure our movement. Everything is done in the three-dimensional, so we're not looking at what level this is or what level that is. It'll show right there on the table. So that's one thing I love about Battletech, is that you can play it either way, and there's nothing wrong with playing it this way. There's a lot of good mats out there, these battle maps. They're really good, and they give you some nice scenarios. And once you're skilled with this becomes second nature very quickly. But I prefer playing on a 3D terrain, which is a little more expensive and a lot more work, but in my opinion, a lot more fun. So you get two of these guys in this set. And you get a primer. What is a primer? This is your history. This gives you some background on what's going on. I played Battletech. I started in around, well, it was 3049 in the universe when I started playing, but I was able to get stuff off the shelves and such that went back to 3015s, and the actual game itself starts in the year 3005. So we're in 2023 as the making this video. They are in the year 3150 something now. I have only played up to the Civil War era, which is 3067. And again, that'll be for a future video. But I played all through all these eras, and I stopped during the Jihad. Jihad was a strange time. They just decided it was time to basically blow up everything, put us back into clumsy, half-functioning mechs, and stumbling around ruins for a while, and they've fixed it since, and we've gone to what they call now the Dark Age, but the Dark Age is heading into all kinds of good stuff. There's the Traveler map. Battletech map. Some stuff about the Star League. I mean, this book gives you a nice thumbnail of everything you would need to start playing the game. And now, importantly, mech record sheets. When I go through the mech, how to play, I will show exactly what these record sheets do. I love mech record sheets. You can have them with the little circles that you have to fill in as your mech takes damage. You just scratch out the little circle. Or you can just put the number next to it, and the number is 8, so I just scratch out 8. I took 3 damage, so now I have 5. I am one of those freaks that likes to color in the little circles. It's just how I play. So this is meant to be copied for your own personal use and used for play. So this is all the mechs and what they have, weaponry and everything else. So here's the layout of the mechs' weapons and all that stuff. But I will explain the sheet if I go forward with more Battletech videos. And then we have attack modifiers. This is very helpful little cheat sheet to show you what the attack modifiers are as your mech is moving, as your enemy is moving, as they're hiding behind trees, as they're at a higher elevation than you, stuff like that. This is a great little cheat sheet for that. And then finally, you get some punch-out mechs to play that way if you choose, rather than just using the plastic ones that come with the kit. As I said, this is a really nice set because it literally gives you everything you need to start playing. You can buy this box. I think it's $60 on the Catalyst Game Labs website. I'll attach a link below. It's $60, and it's literally everything you would need to start playing right now today. I love that in a starter kit, when it truly is a starter kit, and you can actually just buy it and get the game going. So $60 sounds like a lot, but as an old Battletech hand, I can tell you, getting 8 mechs with that, in addition to all the other stuff you get, that's not a bad deal. And I don't work for Catalyst. They've never heard of me. I meet them at Adepticon every year. By the way, Adepticon is March 23rd through 26th, coming up in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is about an hour north of where I live. And Catalyst always has a big presence there. Battletech has a big presence. They run several games of Battletech and Alpha Strike. They have a great booth. They're willing to chat with you about anything Battletech. I got a bunch of dice from them a couple of years ago. It's really good. So I definitely recommend swinging by Adepticon if you can, and then taking a look at the Battletech stuff if that's what you're there for. That's primarily what I go for, by the way. I play Warhammer with my son, but I haven't played much in the last few years. He's been very busy with school, so he and I haven't had much opportunity to really play. Plus, Warhammer is a massive dollar investment that, well, he's made and he continues to make, but my army is not growing. I play Thousand Suns, and they are not really a very good army in Warhammer right now, so I won't be bothering with that. But I will be at Adepticon. Be wandering the hallways. I'll be there for sure on that Saturday. I think it's the 25th of March. I'll be wandering around in probably a Doc Savage t-shirt. So if you see me, say hey. But definitely check out Adepticon and check out the Battletech stuff that's available there. So that's it. That's my first quick look at Battletech, the starter kit, and the rulebook. If you get this rulebook with the starter kit, that's really what you need to start. They have a ton of stuff on the website. They have other ways to take a look. There's a ton of stuff online about Battletech history. There's a wiki, just tremendous amount. But don't let it overwhelm you, because you can take it one bite at a time. Jump in and really enjoy the game. I am gonna, if this catches on, I will do a few bat reps where we play Battletech, and I'll record it. And if I do that, one thing you're going to notice is I am not the guy that's going to take this guy out and say, oh yeah, I can only use that as a catapult. It's nothing else. I'm going to put it down and use it for whatever it is. I have about 100 mechs. I have by no means all the mechs, and I'm not going to be worrying about which mech is out there. So I'll be mixing and matching and tell you who's what. So I'm not going to be the professional Battletech channel, but I absolutely will be one with a lot of knowledge. I've played this game for many, many years. So that's all I've got today on page 121. I hope you liked it. I'm excited about branching into Battletech. Please leave your comments, your support. Tell your friends who play Battletech, hey, come on over. We'll be looking at a lot of stuff on the channel. Do not worry. AD&D and Traveler are not going anywhere. This is just an additional one that I'll be doing. And if I have to do an extra video here and there to squeeze it all in, that's what I'll do. So that's it for today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.